Hello everybody, welcome back to the Subarashiki Hibi playthrough. Now I feel like I'm looking forward to this session as much as I'm dreading it, because I feel like it's gonna be fucking interesting. Let's be honest here, this is Subarashiki Hibi. When is it not interesting? But I feel like it's going to be very morbid today. I don't know why, I just have that hunch. I mean, obviously we were learning more about the truth about the situation that happened between Hasaki and Takuji. When I say quote-unquote Takuji, I actually mean Mamiya Tomosane, and obviously the Takuji. Well, I mean, there was still a situation between Hasaki and Takuji, i.e. he died because of the fact that Tomosane had murdered him due to self-defense, and then what had happened was, well, everything completely spiraled down, and Hasaki feels that if she was never born, none of this would have happened as well. So it's going to be really interesting to see just more progression of the situation, because we were only given a brief introduction. It wasn't fully communicated to us just what had happened. I mean, you could probably piece some of it together, but at the same time, I'd just rather spend more time on I just want to spend more time on knowledge gain rather than theorizing at the moment. Knowledge gain, I meant gaining, but okay. Yeah, so let's just do a little bit of rereading, because I kind of rushed this yesterday. I just want to fully get an indication of what's happening to Takuji. Jesus Christ, it was so fucking painful when when everything with Hasaki and Takuji happened yesterday. Well, Takuji, it was kind of Minakami Yuki, but at the same time it was also kind of Takuji. Yeah, so, let's see. Yeah, it's really good. Now, I find it interesting to think about the fact that Toshiro and Hasaki and Takuji hate the mass media. Well, okay, Hasaki, she doesn't have the strongest hatred for it, or at least we haven't seen much of it, but Takuji has this hatred for the mass media completely embedded. And I feel like there is some sort of truth that has been completely obstructed by the media. And that's why they all hate it so much. Yeah, God, this is really unusual. The fact that everybody was underage. Yeah, so the tragedy began whenever all of this began. Oh, yeah. Yeah, God, I feel like the second Kimura says this, it's just a subtle indication that he knows everything. Or at least he knows everything about what happened and all of the... He doesn't know all of the context behind it, and obviously he doesn't have as much of an insight as Hasaki would, especially just when thinking that Hasaki was a complete reject and she was the reason all of this happened. He will have no idea why that's the case, and I mean, that's understandable. There's only so much an outsider to the situation can find out with the information Kimura has been given. Yeah, no, totally. Yeah. Yeah, yeah, totally. But Jesus fucking Christ, I just genuinely don't understand why somebody is threatening another with a knife. What is that all about? Why is that even happening? It's a very, very ugly story. Yeah, yeah, no one got in trouble in the end. Yeah, yeah. God, this is awful. So, I really do wonder, I mean, obviously he feels guilt, so there is some sort of... Well, then again, I mean, you don't have to love somebody to feel guilt for killing them, but at the same time, it is kind of hard to tell. Maybe this is an indication that they loved each other, or he loved him, and maybe it wasn't reciprocated, or something like that. Or maybe it's the case that they had a really bad relationship, but he's just feeling guilt just because he's a basic human being. I mean, who would not feel guilt of killing another person? And I know you'd say psychopaths, but yeah. In this example, I don't think that Tomosane is a psychopath. He is the model boy. He is the ideal. He's talented in basically everything, and he's very kind as well. Yep. But this changes him. It really does. Yeah. Yeah, God, that's insane. So what is depersonalization? I've heard of that word before. Right, so a psychological state in which an individual feels that either he himself or the Oh, that's not what I was expecting. Or the outside world is unreal. So I suppose in this case it would be referring to well, not even Takuji, Tomosane feeling that he's not a product of this world. An overgeneralized reaction that leads to a feeling of being detached from the world and experiencing it in a more bland way. Oh, for fuck's sake, that's AI overview. Oh, God. Yeah, so often accompanied by a sense of observing oneself from an external perspective. I've heard stuff like that before. Alright, so derealization is a sense of detachment from one's surroundings, and then depersonalization is a lack of attachment towards yourself. So what happened if you had depersonalization and derealization? What would that feel like? But what's... Alright, so they are both types of dissociative disorders, right? Or at least I'm assuming. Hang on. There we are. Okay, yeah, so... So what is secondary structural dissociation? Oh my god, what? Wow, this is really, really accurate. Wait. So... Yeah, a part of the self being. Yeah, each is just the splitting of someone into certain amounts of parts. Yeah, God. So I assume personality misidentification is just a lack of contact with with what your true personality is and who you as a person actually are. And the observing self, that's really weird. Wait, so observing self, that's... I'm just a bit confused. Oh, wait, so it's... Oh, that's actually really weird. So there's... Yeah. The observing self is aware but does not think. It's the part of you that is responsible for focus, attention, and awareness. While it can observe and pay attention to your thoughts, it can't produce them. That's unusual. So what is the experiencing self? Oh wait, so... unconscious mode of thinking that operates in the present moment. God. Yeah, that's interesting. I do find it interesting here that Takuji's case is very rare. But then again, I mean, this is probably why psychology is just so different in general, because there are so many people with such different heads and ways of thinking, and obviously circumstances that have led them to illnesses like this. It must be so hard to categorize things like these and put them into one label, really, and just in general find out what these people were actually having, because there were so many different people with so many different conditions. It's weird. Hang on a sec. Yeah, it must be awful. It really is. I'm just genuinely impressed how psychologically accurate this is, though. It sounds like Skaggy did a lot of research into this before anything. But then again, I mean, I think that's a really good idea. Yeah. Yeah, that's really interesting. Yeah, God, and this is the worst thing. I mean, he has been dealing with these things for such a long time, but the only problem is there is no way of him possibly having treatment because he doesn't have the ethic to get it, and obviously Hasaki doesn't. I mean, Hasaki doesn't have the ability to at the moment because he's too dangerous. I really do wonder what would happen to him in terms of his treatment when he has the good ending happen to him in Looking Glass Insects, and obviously he never becomes the saviour. And I do wonder if he maybe gets his life back on track and he gets medical help for all of his, well, all of his traumatic issues, really. This is so unusual. It is interesting that there's no medical reason, though. I find that really unusual. Maybe. I mean, we'd have to know more about his family circumstances in order to find this out, but... I mean, we do know that Kotomi was a horrible mother, but... Yeah, maybe it's just a denial. Oh, that's actually quite interesting. No. No. God, life must be so hard for Hasaki. Yeah, but I do find that... Yeah. It's so weird, this. I mean, Jesus Christ, can you imagine just... I mean, obviously, after the incident happened. I mean, the worst thing about all of the incidents like these is the fact that... I mean, Hasaki experienced something incredibly difficult at the incident, but then... Once she'd finished experiencing it and had recovered, it's not as if her life had just suddenly returned back to normal. No, I mean, she's now got the pain of Takuji to deal with. Well, not even Takuji, sorry, Tomosane. Yeah, this is horrible. Yeah. I really do wonder. Yeah, I'm a bit scared. I really do wonder how Hasaki was born. Was she an accident, or was there something very morbid that has gone on in order to have her created? Yeah, no, he really knows how to convince somebody. I totally agree. Yeah, totally. How would the master feel as well? So, I mean, obviously, my question is, whose fault is it? Or is it anybody's fault? Yeah. Yeah. Oh, he knows Hasaki is upset. He's continuing the same annoying joke just so that she can be that little bit more happy. Oh, yeah. Let's... Oh, I love this sunflower imagery. That's actually really interesting to think about the fact that Hasaki has a situation in which she's probably being driven up a hill, and then that's reminding her of the scene that has happened all these years ago. And interestingly enough, it really reminds me of the scene Takuji had, well, the memories that Yuki had with Kagami, which are really unusual. They have a similar memory, which is odd. The reason why I think this is a past memory was because of the fact that this is not the same neighbourhood in which she had grown up in. Actually, to be fair, I don't know how old Hasaki is, so maybe this could be referring to... So maybe she could have actually grown up near where she is now, but at the same time, I mean, I think it's more likely that it's not the case. Such a beautiful piece of atmosphere. I really just tried to immerse my mind in that dialogue as much as I possibly could. Well, it wasn't really dialogue, I don't know why I said that, but Hasaki's thoughts, I was just really interested in them. It's the best thing to do in these scenes. You don't just read them, you properly spend time imagining just what she's seen, because it's a very nice description, and obviously paired with Yoru no Himawari, it's such an amazing atmosphere. It really is. It's just the most dreamy and reflective atmosphere possible. Probably one of the only pleasant memories she has of her hometown in Sawaimura. I never told Master where I was going, so he was very stern with me. Oh yeah, by the way, I do wonder if that image that Tomosane was seeing was potentially a traumatic flashback to when he had either killed Takuji, or maybe Takuji... Maybe the reason Hasaki was there was because Takuji was the person giving Hasaki a headlock, and then Tomosane had killed Takuji in order to save Hasaki's life. I don't know though. Also, by the way, Takuji takes the personality of somebody who is a... Well, he isn't a pedo, but he is a perv. I learned recently that those two words aren't actually interchangeable, which feels really weird, but yeah, he's a bit of a perv and very, very horny and locked up and shy, and somebody who, I feel bad for saying this, but somebody who doesn't really have any potential. Well, I mean, it's not his fault that he doesn't, but I'm just trying to say I wonder if that personality is like how Mamiya Takuji was. He was so mad at me that... God, he made me cry. Fucking hell. Yeah, no. You can totally see just how much the Master cares about you here. But yeah, when I saw how upset he was, I felt like I really understood what Kimura-san was trying to tell me before. Yeah, no. It must be terrifying. Oh, you really, really should have left him a note. Yeah, Master. But the thing is, I mean, it could potentially be the fact that Tomosane is there. Well, Tomosane is technically there, but, I mean, the Tomosane personality. I mean, you've got to do everything you can in order to have that possibility of seeing him. Master, Yuki-san's father, he loves us like children. The very same children who Yuki-san gave her life to protect. Yeah, I know, it's basically as if they are kids. Yeah, it is interesting that Kotomi and Toshiro, they have very, very similar traits in the fact that they've lost a kid and then they raise somebody else as if they were that kid that they lost so that they could cope with the loss. Kimura-san escorted me to the bar and then went back to the Mamiya house. Yeah. There were still a lot of things I need to investigate. Yeah, great, yeah. Next time I see him, I'll bring him to you if I can confirm who he is. Yeah. I just need to check whether or not he's your Tomoni-san. Oh, yep. And the ironic thing about all of this is that, I suppose... Sorry, I forgot what I was going to say, if I'm going to be honest. What's going on now? Dramatic pause? That was a really long pause. Near midnight, yeah, totally. Yeah, the bar's heavy door open. God, this must be a moment. I find it interesting that everything in the day is totally skipped. And I suppose it's just so filled with worry and so insignificant, and so little has happened just because of how worried Hasaki is. So as a result of that, we've not heard anything about it. Near midnight, the bar's heavy door opened. The bell on the door tinkled quietly. Even though the sign had read closed all day. Yep. Master tried to tell the customer that we weren't open today. Oh, does he realise who the customer is? Yeah, then he froze in place. This is not a song I was expecting to hear. A familiar face stood in the doorway. Yeah. But this is the thing, I mean, this Takuji, you can just tell from the way he looks who he is. A face I'd seen just hours before. But something was a little different. Uh-oh. Hello, it's me, Kimura. Yeah. Exactly. Oh, does that mean... Kimura took a bow as if he was introducing a royal guest. Well, I mean, to Hasaki, he has as much significance as a royal guest would. The person that Kimura-san had brought with him. It's hope. It is a proper sign of hope. Yeah, but the only thing is, ironically, the day in which we experience the most hope, or at least, sorry, I meant Hasaki experiences the most hope, is also going to be the day where she experiences the most decline. I mean, there's only one day Tomo-ni-san dies, and it's today. Well, not really today, but... Wait, no, it said it's midnight, so yeah, sure, it is today. It's the 18th of July. There was only one person it could be. It was exactly who I was looking for. I love that Hasaki can tell from probably the body language and also just the expression. My jaw shook as I tried to say something. The words were stuck in my throat. Yeah, no, I don't blame her, and it's just awful to think that so much is going on with Takuji that she's just got no idea. And it's just such a long time since they've seen each other. Yuki's gone, Tomosane is gone, or at least he's nearly gone. I couldn't get the words to come out right. Just one word. It's just my brother's name. God. But yeah, I don't blame her. I mean, what if in the worst case scenario she's wrong? Or, I don't know, just probably the most intense moment. Yeah, I gathered all my courage. Just so that I could speak. Yeah. Tomo-ni-san? Yeah, totally, yeah. The man in front of me gave me a sly smile. Then he finally answered. Yeah. Exactly, yeah. Yeah, it's me, Tomosane. Yeah, and I just find it so interesting to think that this is probably the most genuine react. So I do wonder which personality Mamiya Tomosane has. Which is the most similar to the personality he had before, obviously, that massive incident took place. So I really do wonder if when Hasaki is talking to Tomosane, it's as if she's connecting to the person who was most close to how her brother was before. And the only thing that I find a bit odd is the kid who was ideal, the kid who was very, very talented. I mean, we were always told that was Mamiya Takuji, but obviously Takuji was... Everything that happened to Takuji was kind of attributed to Tomosane. So, what was Takuji like? That's my question. Yeah, it's me, Tomosane. Yeah, God, I don't blame her. She must be so upset.
Oh, Hasaki!
God, his expression. That was such a weird expression. Whoa, Hasaki. Oh my god, no, I don't blame her. She must be so worried. I jumped into his arms so fast that he fell back against the door. I couldn't restrain myself. I don't know how this person is going to live without a brother, seriously. I just wonder what's going to happen. I couldn't hold back. I just cried into his chest. Yeah, it was Tomo-ni-san right here with me. The Tomo-ni-san who I fell in love with. Yeah, that's interesting. The person who was always there by my side. He tried to mask his embarrassment by laughing at me. Oh, she's seen through it. His was a smile that neither Yuki-san nor Takuji-ni-san could ever replicate. Yeah, that's interesting. That is fair. There was only one person in the world that could show me a smile like that. That's why. Wait, what's gonna... Yeah. God, yeah. Oh my god, it's gonna be so nice to see Hasaki's reaction to... the situation in which Takuji completely, well, not even Takuji, sorry, Tomosane, completely arises and wins against the master. That's going to be interesting. I thought I would never see you again. I was so sure. Things were just getting crazier and crazier with Takuji Nisan. Yeah, and I love just the, her memories of, well, not really her memories, but her thoughts of the smile and just how that smile could never be seen anywhere apart from on Tomosane's face. Crazy, huh? I guess so. Yeah. You probably don't know what's been happening, but a lot of people have been dying and going missing. Yeah. No, I can follow the traces of his memory. I do share the same brain with that bastard for what it's worth. Huh, you can do that? I learned how to do it just recently. I got a bit of training. And it seems like you've grown up a bit since I last saw you. Yeah, totally. Something's changed for sure. Did something happen? Nothing in particular, really. After Mamiya Takuji beat me up, I spent a lot of time wandering through a dream. A dream? Or at least inside a dream? Yeah, I met Yuki for a little while. Yuki? Yuki. Oh, I see. What? Oh, yeah, that's interesting. Master looked very happy. Master never told Yuki-san's personality. Yeah, that he was actually her. Yeah, that's interesting. And obviously it's clear that as a result of that, because Yuki can see into the subconscious and she can see memories of the other personalities like Tomosane can, it's clear that he's never told anybody apart from Hasaki that, obviously, his daughter is who his daughter is. Neither did Yuki-san ever know that she had been Master's... Wait, what? Master's daughter when she... What? Huh? Wait, so... Yeah, but I mean, okay, so this is kind of confusing. I don't know if you can interpret this furtherly, or... Because this can either have two meanings. Is it... Which Yuki-san is it referring to? Well, then again, I mean... Maybe Yuki-san could be referring to, Well, when Yuki was alive, i.e. the personality Takuji had, she was just an alternate personality of Takuji. She was never the master's daughter, and she never knew that she was. Or is it saying that the Yuki-san who was real never knew that she was master's daughter? I don't know. That's really interesting. People view Yuki-san as nothing more than a split personality, the side effect of a disease. Objectively, sure. Yeah, but she's so much more than that, yeah, as if she was nothing more than another one of Tomonyi-san's delusions. But Master always believed. Yeah, God, that's interesting. He always believed that the Yuki-san personality really was his daughter. Yeah, and that her soul had gone into Tomonyi-san's body so that she could save him. Yeah, that's interesting. He told me that Yuki-san was still here on Earth because she needed to protect Tomonyi-san and expel Takuji's curse from his body. Yeah, the curse of the trauma and the curse of the... I really just said purse. The curse of the depersonalization, and also just in general the DID. Yeah. If anything, I mean, I do find it really quite interesting that, I mean, scientifically, I do wonder, well, I mean, objectively, you could say that Yuki is a delusion, but at the same time, if you view things subjectively like this, even though it completely defies objective logic, that subjective can be used to influence Tomonyi-san in order to expel Takuji. So the subjective can kind of change the objective. But then again, actually, this is a good point that I've just thought about. How can Takuji be expelled? But then again, I mean, the answer is, if Zakuro never suicides, Takuji will never gain power. And he will never be reborn, as he says. Which I can actually see why he'd say that now. Yeah, dissociative identity disorder. Yeah, oh, fucking good quote. That's so societally relevant as well. Yeah, it's easy to rationalize. It's so fucking well written as well. Can I just mention? Yeah, it's easy to rationalize the phenomenon with a label, but the human heart has more intricacies than that diagnosis could ever convey. Yeah. Well, not that diagnosis, just any diagnosis in general, really, and it's so unkind just to label somebody as something rather than looking more... Well, using a label to completely misidentify a person and... Well, I mean... I do wonder if that's the case with a lot of people who have mental illnesses. You just think... Well, society just thinks that these people are outcasts just because of the fact that they have something that is really wrong with their brain or they've been traumatized or just something like that. They don't actually try to understand them. Well, some do, but general society sometimes doesn't, and it's awful. I can think of a few examples in school, to be honest. Yeah, everybody's soul is different, yeah. Well, I don't really know if a soul's a way I'd want to interpret it. I'd say more just personalities, really, because, I don't know, I feel like if I said soul, I would... Well, not really personalities, but just the ways in which people interpret the world. I don't really want to say soul, because it makes it sound like I believe in religion, which I don't. Then again, there is a type of fish called an sole. It's a lemon sole, a megrim sole, or however you say it. And those are the only two I know, actually. And the sole too holds its own secrets. Yeah, and I do find it really interesting that it's as if Yuki is a martyr in a way, just somebody who dies for, or somebody who completely sacrifices themselves just so that Tomosane can have the necessary courage in order to expel Takuji's curse. And what I find funny about Toshiro is the fact that he probably was really proud of his daughter until, obviously, well, he was probably really proud of his daughter and then he lost her, but then I suppose Yuki has just remained being brilliant inside Takuji. I can still see a bit of her in you. No. Who?
ああ、いや、こっちの話よ、こっちの話。それより、はさきちゃんに大事な話あるんじゃない?
Oh, nothing. I'm just talking to myself. Besides, don't you need to talk to Hasaki-chan about something?
はい。
Yes.
急いでたじゃない。早くしてあげなさいよ。
Weren't you in a rush? Go right ahead.
はい。
Alright. Yeah, then Nissan took a step away from me. Yeah, totally. He saw the disappointment on my face and held up one finger, as if to say that it would only be for a moment. Yeah, that's reasonable. Especially after you've been so worried about him. Yeah, especially a moment together with him was precious to me. Sorry, even a moment.
その前に、マスター。
But first, Master.
何?
What?
表出てください。
Please step outside.
表? 何? 二人っきりの話?
Outside? What, you want to talk to me alone?
違います。俺と二人で外に出てください。
God, look at his eyes. Just look at how dark they look. I like that little detail. And how determined. No, I'm telling you to step outside with me. Huh?
青くん!
You want to hook up?
違うわ。表出ろって言ってるんだ。
No, I'm telling you to step your ass outside.
どうしたの? 珍しい。
Yeah, talking back to your instructor, that's not a very done thing. Yeah, I just find it very interesting to think about the fact that Hasaki's probably very worried about what's going to happen to Takuji, but I suppose what Tomosane is doing here is... Sorry, I meant Tomosane, but yeah. What Tomosane is going to do here, he's going to show with a physical demonstration, or at least he's going to try, he's going to do a complete gamble. But then again, he's so confident in himself from the ability to defeat Yuki and rise against her that he can, and he can prove himself worthy of everything. And I suppose, well, he can just prove that he's going to win. What's wrong? This is rare from you.
珍しいっていうよりも初めてですよ。師範代に表出ろなんて自殺行為です。
It's not just rare, it's the first time. Asking your instructor to step outside is like suicide.
でも、表出ろなんでしょ?
But you're still saying it.
はい。
Yep.
お願いします。
Yes. Please, I request it. Alright. Oh my god, Tomo-ni-san's found a new boyfriend. No.
本当はお前に一言だけ伝えるために帰
Hang on
っ
a
てき
second,
ただけ
who
だ。
was Yuki's mother, by the way? If
その一言の
Master's
前
gay.
に確かめたいことがある。
The truth is, I came home just to tell you one thing. But there's something I have to confirm before I can say it. Yeah, I like that. Oh my god, this changes when you know the context.
俺は
be alright. It really will be.
夢を見た。
I had a dream. A dream?
そう言ってたわね。ユキに会ったって。
That's what you said earlier. You met Yuki, right?
はい。ユキに会いました。そして、そこで俺は夢の扱い方を教わりました。
Yes, I met Yuki and she taught me how to control my dreams.
夢の扱いね。明晰夢ってやつ？
Controlling your dreams, huh? Like a lucid dream.
知ってるのですか？
You know about it?
うん。あれは武道の世界に通じる境地だから
Oh
ね。
yeah, we're gonna reread this.
そうなんですか。だったらなおさら表に出てください。
Is it? Then I definitely need to ask you something, so please step outside.
何よ、表出ろ出ろって盛っちゃって。
Jeez, is that the hip new catchphrase that all the fresh meat are saying?
そういう言い方はキモいのでやめてください。
Please don't call me fresh meat, that's disgusting. Either he's a cannibal or he is... I was thinking about sex. Oh, Jesus Christ. Well, sexually attractive, basically. Oh god, that's a bit concerning. Huh? What? Master Tomoni-san.
少し席外す。
Yeah, god, she's so worried. That's the worst thing. I do wonder what Kimura is going to say in order to console her.
そんなせっかく久しぶりに会えたのに。
Yeah. Yeah, but I haven't seen you in so long.
あ、大丈夫だ。すぐに戻る。
Don't worry about me. I'll be right back. Yeah. Tomoni-san. I tried to chase after him. Then Kimura-san stopped me. He probably realizes the importance. Yeah, Kimura-san.
落ち着いてよ。多分屋上だから。
Yeah, but the only thing is there is no way of knowing because maybe it could be the case that Tomoni-san was very overconfident, so as a result of that, he was going to defeat Takuji in that moment, or he was just going to do something that could potentially get him killed. Calm down, they're probably just going up to the roof.
屋上？
The roof?
うん。武術の練習は主にこのビルの屋上でやるって言
Yeah,
ってた
yeah,
から。
yeah, yeah, nice. That's good. Practicing martial arts on a rooftop. What if something goes wrong? That sounds like such a ticket. A one-way ticket to trouble. Yeah, they go up there if they're going to practice martial arts. That's what I heard anyway.
なんで武術の練習？
Why do they need to practice? Ooh.
いや、練習のためじゃないよ。
No, it's a confirmation of... Well, if anything, they're not practicing. They are putting all of their skills that they have to the test. No, today they're not practicing.
何の話ですか？
What are you talking about? He knows
友実
as
君
well.
は水上さんを超えようとしている。
Tomosane-kun is trying to surpass his master, Minakami-san.
マスターを。
Huh. He's trying to beat Master.
うん。そうだ。
Yeah, that's right.
なんで？
Why?
その答えは友実君から聞くべきだと思うよ。
Me too. Yeah. I think you should hear that from Tomosane-kun. Yeah. Oh, shit. Yeah, so this is after a little bit of time has passed. She's worried now that potentially everything's gone wrong. And, well, I mean, he is very, very visually injured.
やっと会えたのに。友兄さん。
It's been so long, Tomoni-san. Yeah.
はさき。
Hasaki. There we are, another shot of Takuji just looking nothing short of weird.
どうしてもって言うから
Yeah,
さ。
no, I don't blame her. She is so worried. Why would she not want to go? Yeah, I do find it interesting that Takuji is well, Tomosane has definitely gained the trust of Kimura here. I mean, he's been able to learn everything about what Takuji's true intents are. So, obviously, Kimura went from some dodgy investigator to, in obviously Tomosane's head to somebody who has a lot of trust, but that's just because of how much he was protecting Hasaki, ironically. I couldn't stop her, she insisted.
もうやめて。
Yeah.
お兄さん、そんなボロボロになって。
Master, stop it. Tomo-ni-san looks awful.
うるさい。葉崎は黙ってろ。
Shut up, just be quiet, Hasaki. God, that is no way to talk to her. Yeah, it must have hit like a complete thump.
あら、そんなこと言っていいの？
Yeah, good one. Is that really what you want to say to her?
うるさいじゃないよ。
I'm not going to shut up.
うるさいじゃないよ。私がどんな思いで。
I'm not going to shut up. Do you understand how I feel? Oh my god.
分かっ
Yeah.
てる。
I understand.
分かってないよ。分かってないからそんなこと言うんだ。とも兄さんは。
違う。分かってないからじゃない。分かってるから言うんだ。
But to be honest, he does actually understand. I mean, he has seen... Well, he's never really interacted with the other Yuki. He's not had to go through the pain of interacting her like Hasaki has. Oh, and obviously sharp rejection as well. In the most awful manner, but still. He's seen somebody inhabit the body of the person that he... Well, let's be honest, the person that he loves and the person that he did fuck. I mean, of course they love each other. If they are willing to take their relationship that far. But, yeah, the person that he loved and the person that had taught him everything. Just seeing a person like that be so changed in such a sad way. Going from somebody with lots of life and fun and just such a great personality to somebody who is completely delusional and defenseless, and also somebody who stands still. It's as if they're a husk. They have no mind connected to their body. Yeah, it must be awful.
俺
Tomo-ni-san.
はお前に一言伝えるためだけに帰ってきた。
Yeah, he's properly leaving it until the end. But then again, I think that's sensible, because maybe if he doesn't beat the master here, he will need to reconsider whether he can actually defeat Takuji or not.
この一言だけ伝えれば、あとは問題ない。
Yeah, reasonable, because they will be able to put all of the past behind them and all of the problems. Or at least that's what you would have thought. But then again, I mean, Takuji, for his saviour actions, he's going to have a lot of complications.
だからそういうのが分かってないんだよ。一言なんかいらない。私はもっとたくさんの時間、できる限り長い時間とも兄さんと話していたい。 なのに、とも兄さんはいつでも自分で勝手に納得して、自分で勝手に決めて。
葉崎の言う通りだ。俺はいつでも勝手に納得して勝手に決めていた。
なんで一言だけなんて言えるの？
It makes sense
この中じゃ足
if
り
you
ない。
ask me.
私はまだたくさんとも兄さんと話したい。もっといっぱい言葉を交わしたい。
葉崎、それがいくつなら満足なんだ。その言葉が一つじゃ足りないならいくつならお前は満足するんだ。
そんなの知らないよ。私はただもっとたくさん、もっとたくさんとも兄さんと話したい。ただそれだけだよ。
俺もだ。俺も葉崎と話がしたい。一言なんかじゃない。いくらでも話をしたい。だから俺は今夜は一言だけをお前に伝えるためにお前に会いに来たんだ。
それって
俺は消えない。俺は間宮拓司に
Yeah,
勝つ。
totally.
そしてこれからお前を守り続ける。
とも兄さん。
葉崎を守るのはユキでもそしてマスターでもない。
Yeah.
お前を守るのは俺だ。葉崎、俺は帰ってくる。必ず帰る。だから安心しろ。
It's just so awful to think about just the extent in which Takuji, well, Tomosane is saying all of this with immense confidence, and he feels as if he totally believes in everything that is going on, but at the same time it's just... The saddest thing about all of this is that, if anything, I mean, he's become the most brilliant person possible, but at the same time, this is the problem, he is in total false hope. He really is. And it's horrible to say, it really is. He deserves such a happy future, but the only problem is it will always be false hope. Because he forgets, he thinks he can rise up and he thinks he can destroy the purpose of what he was originally meant to do, but it just seems like he can't, and it's horrible. It really is. It just feels like he's put all the work into destroying Takuji and he does it so nearly. But the only thing is then he loses confidence at the final moment where it matters the most.
お兄さん。
Tomo-nii-san.
この釜を倒してそして俺は間宮拓司を倒す。
この釜ってあんた師範代に大層な口の利き方ね。しかもそんなボロボロなくせに。
マスターすみません。今のは口が過ぎました。でも俺はあんたを倒す。
足ガクガク震えてるのに。
武者震い。
Yeah. He's totally trying to cover that up.
あんたキャラ変わってるわよ。
Yeah, but I totally agree. This is the thing, it's such a realistic means of having false hope, because I mean, he is achieving things that he has never been able to achieve before. Of course, it's just only natural that he would feel as if he could defeat Takuji.
俺いっぱいいっぱいなんでクール系とかやってるわけにもいかないんですよ。いっぱいならそれらしくしないと。
He was already beaten up. He got knocked around by Master before I came, and yet he's not giving up whatsoever. He really, really isn't. He will give up on his last breath. He was covered in bruises and cuts. Yeah. Oh my god, that's what you would logically think. Anyone could see that there was a difference in absolute power here. The situation was desperate. And still he fought on. Yeah, exactly.
師範代道場主にはかなわなかったんですよね。
I do find it funny that a scene like this, I mean, it's obviously proving how brilliant Tomosane is, but at the same time, I feel like with all of this emotional conflict that Hasaki has gone through, just in general there, and yeah, just here as well. All of the emotional conflict would be... Oh, it just feels like Hasaki is somebody who is so emotionally touched. So if Takuji had tried his hardest to beat the master and yet never did, it would just feel like such a disappointment, and she would be very worried. But then again, she would still commend his efforts, and maybe he'd be able to do it, who knows. I just feel a situation like this, it depends on success. Especially after you're saying stuff like this.
そりゃあんなのに勝てるわけないわよ。戦国時代から続くこの古武術はほんの数百種類の基本技しかない。それの組み合わせが数万という数になる。でもあの人はそういう問題じゃなかった。動物的感というか、まああの道場は宗教的なもの。歴代が霊能力者のような力を持っていた。
そしてそのうち多分俺はそれを感じてるんだと思います。さあ整いました。
God, look at his face.
これから俺の番です。
あんたの番？
夢を扱うこと、その意味。この現実の世界で師範代の目の前に立って認識しました。
I guess it. He's probably going to think about techniques similar to the ones that the swordsman would use. Yeah, it felt like time stopped in that moment. It felt like time stopped in that moment. Time stood still, not moving into the past or future. Like something that simply exists. The next moment seemed to stretch into eternity. The two silhouettes sprang into motion. Oh yeah, there we go.
少し手加減あ
Yeah, you fucking become victorious, yeah.
お兄さん、もう
Who cares? You still beat him.
すげえ勝ったんだ。
Wow, he won. Yeah.
私の失敗も
God, I wonder what we're gonna see now.
痛くない？
痛くないと言えば嘘に
He's very, very honest. He really is. God. And... Yeah. I'd be lying if I said it didn't. Yeah. Yeah, good move. Yeah, look at how that changes. I like it. I went and got the medicine box. Why did he have to get beaten up right after he came back? It's just like he always was. Oh, he's trying so hard to prove a point. He really, really is, and he will do anything to do it. But it doesn't really matter about an outsider's perspective, i.e. Hasaki. It just matters that he can. So as a result of that, he has the confidence in order to beat Takuji. Or at least that's what he thinks. He's just like he always was. Every time Tomoni-san comes back to me, it's just like this.
あざだらけだよ。
That's interesting. You're covered in bruises.
そりゃあの人と戦ったんだから当たり前だ。
Oh, I got in a bit of fight. Of course I am. Yeah, every time you come back, you look like this. I almost said that, but then I stopped. Tomoni-san had no memory of the distant... Yeah, that's reasonable. That is very true, yeah. He's as knowledgeable about the story as we are, it seems. Yeah, he was convinced that he was actually Mamiya Takuji, and his personality was created by Takuji Nisan. Yeah, and I really do wonder what all of those flashbacks of the past were, and how they are going to change. So, Tomoni-san had thrown away all of his own memories. Yeah. Yeah, basically, it's weird. Oh, Jesus. Yeah.
なんでこんな無茶を。もう本当にとも兄さんは。
It's not his fault, that's the worst thing.
だから言ってるだろう。お前を守るためだって。
でも
これから一緒にいるためだ。
これから一緒。
あ、そうだ。
Oh, such powerful music. I love this music, and if anything, it really just feels as if Tomoni-san is somebody of royal significance. It feels like he's, I don't know, just like someone who's ethereal, somebody who, well, like he does, completely breaks boundaries and expectations.
あ、そうだ。どこにも行かない。だからいくらでも言葉を交わせる。
This is the worst thing. I mean, sure, you think that, but yeah, it's only going to make the decline more painful.
そうだ。
でもトモ兄さんはそうやって何度も嘘ついてきた。
そうかもな。
I just want to see. It's going to be very interesting to look at Chapter 5's end again. Yes, I do.
だから本当はガムテープでぐるぐる巻きにしてどこにも行けないようにしたい。
それも手かもな。
でもトモ兄さんを信じる。
Yeah.
私何度も裏切られてるけど私はトモ兄さんを信じる。
I've been betrayed so many times before, but I still believe in you, Tomoni-san.
なんでだよ。こんなダメな兄を。
だってトモ兄さんは私のヒーローだから。
Well, did he kill Takuji in order to save Hasaki? If it wasn't for Tomoni-san, would Hasaki even be alive at the moment?
ヒーロ
Hiro.
そうだよ。ヒーローは救世主より強いんだよ。
ーなんだよそれ。でたらめな理屈だ
Oh,
な。
it does to us.
でもそうなんだもん。
ああそうだ。俺はあいつより強い。絶対に負けない。
That's what you'd think. Then again, I mean, let's be honest, the only reason Takuji had won was because of the fact that he had physical access to the knife. If it wasn't for that knife, he would have totally lost, and this entire story could have changed. My promise of Tomoni-san. He broke that last promise, but yeah, no, that's really interesting. I still believe. Because he's my brother and he's my hero. Yeah. That does make sense. Yeah, you have a situation in which everything is at stake and everything is very, very scary. Bet all your coins on it. Yeah, I can see what she's doing. But at the same time, this is just going to make it so that the decline is infinitely more painful. Yep. Here we fucking go. The day of... well... the worst day of Hasaki's life, probably. Now, ironically, this is kind of like the opposite. What's going to happen here is kind of like the opposite of what happened initially. Tomoni-san murdered Takuji, but now Takuji is going to murder Tomoni-san. And interestingly enough... hang on a second, that's actually really odd. So, Tomoni-san was the person who made the doll for Hasaki. So... Takuji, what he then does is he completely destroys that doll. But the only thing is, I mean, okay, I think you could use that in order to theorize stuff if Takuji was a normal human being, which he definitely isn't. He feels that the doll is Kagami. But then again, I mean, it's interesting that he has just a bias always that makes it so that Kagami... Okay. I'm hearing things. Just so that Kagami... Fuck, I had a good point as well. Okay, he has a bias. He always hates Kagami. He just associates Kagami with any dark emotion possible, and he does the worst possible thing. So I really do wonder if that could possibly show some sort of indication about what Mamiya's relationship with Tomosane was. I mean, let's be honest, I'm sorry, but judging by how the traumatic accident occurred, I think it's very unlikely that they had a good relationship. Or maybe they did. And maybe that's why it was so painful. Who knows? It's actually impossible to tell, but I think it's very unlikely they had a good relationship. The wind made no sound. Until just now I had heard the wind blowing. Why did the wind stop blowing? Oh, I'm in the store. But I was on the roof just now. Is Kimura? Yeah. Gosh, she probably passed out from worry. Tomosane-kun carried you down here. Tomo-ni-san? Yeah, like a proper hero. Or if anything, like in those really, really cliched dramas where the man looks so superior and he carries the woman to safety. Blah, blah, blah. It just kind of reminds me of those. Yeah, he's doing what a hero would do. Putting his total life and fate and everything on the line for a good cause. Kimura-san! Oh my god, man. Okay, there's such a thing. Dude, if you don't tell her that, her last moments will be now. I mean, could you imagine having your last moments with somebody and them telling you that you are going to be able to have a future together and Takuji is going to be able to be defeated? No! I don't think I can tell you that. Yeah, insist. This guy's too nice not to give in. Yeah, he sounds very strongly motivated. Yeah, this is a promise between men. A promise between men? Yes, because I could never hold back a man who was set off for battle. I love that so much. Huh? Yeah, fucking run. I don't blame you. Whoa! Okay, let's just not say... I said I didn't say that loud enough. Whoa! I don't know why I did that. I just thought initially I said it way too loud. So let's just say it even louder, because obviously saying it way too loud wasn't loud enough. I should have said, whoa, why are you running off? But I said, whoa, Why are you running? Why? I don't understand myself. Whoa, why are you running off? I said it correctly. No way. Totally, yeah. There's only one place where Tomoni-san would go to fight.
なんで
Huh? Why?
拓司兄さんと戦うためならば北高以外にありません
If he's going to fight with Takuji-Nisan, then Kitahai is the only place.
でも北高のどこにいるかまでは
Totally. But do you know where in Kitahai? Now, I do find it funny to think about the fact that these people have potential to be suspicious of a murder that may be taking place here and to be involved. But I think this just really shows the extent of Hasaki's feelings for Takuji. They are so strong. And I mean, it's totally understandable. They are so strong that she doesn't give a fuck about anything that could happen to her in the future. It's just there in the moment. I mean, she's totally following her heart. She's not following logic whatsoever. And in this situation, I think it's good. But I'm just trying to say that there could have been a very bad outcome if the police were there. I mean, heck, somebody has been killed in the last day, so maybe there could be. But do you know where in Kitahai? Fair. I won't know until I get there. Yeah, look at this. I think the school looks so fucking cool at night. I feel jealous for the... Okay, I do not feel jealous for people going to this school, but what I'm trying to say is I feel jealous for the school looking this cool at night. My school doesn't look nearly as cool. But then again, it doesn't have to. It's not a tourist attraction. It's just a fucking school, for Christ's sake.
でどこにいるの
So where is he?
木村さんは聞いてないんですか
What, he didn't tell you?
うんどこに行くか聞いてないな
Nope, he didn't tell me if... Really? Is it a promise between men?
口止めとかじゃなくて知らないだけじゃないですか
Then didn't he make you swear not to tell? You just didn't know.
いや
Oh wait,
そうな
oh
る
sorry.
かな
That's hilarious. Well, I guess. Yeah, isn't it funny just how well Hasaki knows Tomoni-san? She knows his instinct. And she correctly guesses as well, can I just mention? It's not just her misled instinct. Well, I guess.
あれ人影
Is it Ayana? Ooh, who is this? Huh, who's that?
えどこ
Huh, where? Ooh. Is it Ayana? There on the moonlit rooftop. There was only one silhouette. There was only one well, I mean, that could be normal. Because this is going to be an internal battle. But it looked like he was facing off against some adversary. Tomoni-san. Oh my god. Wait, so... Oh no, wait. Oh my god. Holy fuck, man. This is so awful. This is where... Oh my god, yeah, I keep on forgetting that detail. This is where Hasaki meets Tomoni-san. Well, when he has a fucking knife to his torso. I just want to search up full confirmation. What is an adversary? I've heard that word so many times, I've never looked up its meaning. Oh right, so it's that simple. One's opponent in a contest, conflict, or debate. Conflict. I really just said that. statue underneath the moon. Isn't it funny that we have a total duality of skies here? We have, I suppose, the sky. Oh my god, that's actually really interesting. I do wonder if it's funny that we've been talking about the moon and it trading places with the sun and the sunflower, and then we also have a sky here that's really, really lit by the sun, but also very, very dark because of the moon. And that's actually really unusual, just to think that. I don't know if that's a coincidental similarity, but it just feels like a duality that's being present, and I do wonder if there's further symbolism within the sunflowers. I wonder. A statue underneath the moon. Oh my god, this is going to be so worrying for her. God, I'm kind of dreading this in a way. A lone figure. Yeah, something at his chest glittered and gleamed, but it is not as beautiful as something that would normally glitter. Oh, Jesus. Yeah. The hand held in front of his chest grasped the same knife from before. What? Oh my god. It was the same pose as the one 7 years ago. What? Hang on, what? Wait. Okay, I could imagine it if Takuji. So let's just think about Takuji being here, and then I don't know him. So imagine somebody hugging someone, but the only thing is they're not. Rather than, well, sorry, somebody's. Well, Hasaki's right in front of Takuji, and Takuji's hugging Hasaki. Only problem is, obviously, their arms aren't fully. Well, his arms aren't fully encompassing Hasaki's body. They probably. Let's assume that his arms are made in sort of a circular way. So you could say maybe just maybe you could say that if there's a circle, there's the first half of it, and obviously the radius of it is well, no, let's just say 2 semicircles then. One semicircle was taken up by Hasaki's body, and then the other half is just a gap between his arms, where his hands are, and Hasaki's body. Jesus Christ. Just get to the point. Yeah, the only difference is that the fucking knife! God. Yeah. And I just feel like this could be a direct reference to what was happening to Hasaki. The only difference was that a single figure stood in the darkness, not two. Yeah, the knife's tip was aimed at his own heart. No, you can't. Huh? Yeah, my god, yeah. Oh, Jesus. I saw his face in the shadows and I instantly knew who it was. Yeah. Yeah. There's only one person in the world who could make that expression. A mixture of kindness and irritation. Yeah. You can't, Tomoni-san. You can't do that. Why did you follow me? Sorry about that. Damn it, Kimura. I find that interesting that last scene we saw everything within. Well, we saw that Tomosane was viewing Kagami and Tsukasa as Hasaki's. Wait, no, hang on a second. No. Let me just fully. Wait, no. I just want to. I'm a bit confused myself. There might be something of significance that I can gain from this. Dude, what is my... Why did I not use that really sad expression Hasaki has? For my thumbnail. I know I was totally getting everything wrong. Funny that he's been able to completely see through the veil of Takuji's delusions, and he never sees Hasaki for Kagami and Tsukasa, which even Yuki had succumbed to. Well, I mean the new Yuki.
鍵のかけ忘れが。
Well, it's good that you
鍵を
have
閉めておけ
forgotten.
ばつけられていたとしても入れなかったのにな。
Crap, I forgot to lock the door. If I had locked it, you wouldn't have been able to follow me up here.
ダメだよ。とも兄さん、私そんなの許さないんだから。
You can't, Tomoni-san. Oh, I won't let you do that.
はさき。
God.
そんなことするためだったら。
Seriously, I agree,
腕
yeah.
巻きにして閉じ込めておけばよかった。
If that's what you were planning to do, I should have just tied you up and never let you leave.
だからそれも一つの手だと言ったはずだ。
I told you that was also an option. In that moment when Tomoni-san was worrying about me, his expression changed for just a split second. Oh God, for a split second his expression changed into someone else's. I tried to scream, but it ended before I could get the scream out of my mouth. That thing ended. Yeah. Like fibres cracking upon steel. Then blood and flesh. Yeah, the sound rang out lonesome in the dark. So horrible. It's so cruel. The dirge of the end. It was a messenger telling me that this was the end. Yeah, no, I can totally see what she's saying because... Oh, God. Yeah. Just the colour of red. Cold iron flashed in the dark. Bright red blood danced across the blade. An endless jet black sky hung over our heads. The moon tinted our lacquer sky with shades of blue. The steel flashed. The red blood flowed. Everything turned white. All I could see was what? I don't blame her. Those words I never could say. Those words I never could hold back. Yeah, no, that does make sense. All those words caused my throat and then my brain, my breath came out as a scream. I could only scream. Tears ran down my face and it was a scream for him.
最後の最後でしくじったな。
The very end I still messed up, huh? My God, I know. Because that's the worst thing. Undeniably, Takuji and Tomosane are the same people. Of course it's the case that Takuji will be able to... Well, he took advantage of his physical circumstances because Tomosane did objectively have the same knife that Takuji had. So as a result of that, he could kill him. And Jesus Christ, I just can't imagine how horrible that must be. I mean, Jesus Christ, you've got Tomosane and then he just changes for a split second, and that split second, because he has the knife, is all that is required. All that is required. And now he's gone. just so cruel. Yeah, at the very end I still messed up.
呼んで超悪。
Established harmony, huh?
なるほど。どうあってもお前にとって俺は用済みってことなのか。
See, so in your eyes I've already outlived my purpose. Yeah, but that is quite literally what is happening. Yet Tomoni-san whispered as if he was talking to himself. Yeah. He must have been talking to Takuji-ni-san. I couldn't tell what had happened to the both of them. Yeah, the only thing that is the biggest problem, you can only tell what the result was. You can never tell just how that result had occurred, really. Yeah, all I knew was that Nisan had stabbed himself in the chest with a knife. Yeah, they both die. As a result of that action, no one could be the victor. If his physical body died, yeah, it would mean the death of 3 souls. Why did it have to come to this? Oh god, I know. I crumpled and fell on the spot. My voice caught him. I don't blame her. I mean, how do you do anything in a situation like this? Seriously, I mean, you can just... Yeah. No, I don't blame her. Yeah. Oh god, the trembling wouldn't stop. Oh god, this is gonna be rough. This really will be. Hey Hasaki, I'm sorry.
俺はどうやら約束
Yeah.
守れなかったみたいだ。ここで終わりだ。
It looks like I won't be able to keep my promise. This is the end for me.
何もしてやれなかったな。
Poor man.
葉崎には。
Poor Hasaki as well.
とも兄さん
He did everything he could and he was brilliant for her. A result doesn't necessarily determine the steps used to get there.
そんなことないそんなこと
Brilliant, yeah, I totally
だ
agree.
からとも兄さん
That's not true, that's not true. Tomoni-san, don't go.
こいつにやられるとはな。どうしようもない。
It's so painful, but it's true. Yeah, there's nothing I can do, I've been beaten.
どうしようもない。
Nothing I can do, huh? It's too cruel, it really is, yes. Yeah, reasonable. Yeah, he totally has a good point.
もっと他に使えばよかったかな。
Fuck. Where did my audio go? Fuck's sake.
こんなことなら最後の時間もっと他に使えばよかったかな。
It's the worst thing. I mean, this is the most awful thing about all of this. It's just a complete gamble, all of it. A total flip of the coin. It really isn't. The thing is, I mean, Tomosane, it was his overconfidence, and it's just so sad that that has caused such a good relationship that was going to inevitably end. Just to end quicker. I mean, an end was inevitable, but it happened so fast. It really did. I agree. Oh, I mean, in the beginning, sure, but not now. No way.
全く変わらないな。俺もさてとお別れだ。間宮拓司、おめでとう。お前の勝ちだ。
Now then, farewell, Mamiya Takuji. Congratulations, you've won.
そして
Yeah,
俺の負けだ。
and I've lost. I ran over to Tomoni-san. Yeah, you do that. Yeah, totally. I mean, Jesus Christ, you're just so cruelly having somebody taken away from you. You really, really need to. Yeah. Put my arms around him and held him close. The end of a tragedy. Tomoni-san, don't go.
バカ、俺に近づくな。危ないぞ。
Yeah, God, what if Takuji wakes up?
この肉体は間宮拓司のものに変わる。俺は消える。
Where did her doll, by the way, go, by the way? This body will be Mamiya Takuji's soon. I'm going to disappear.
とも兄さんが消えるなんてありえないよ。だって
You can't disappear, Tomoni-san, please.
そうだ消えた
I don't want him to either. Because let's be honest, I feel like Tomoni-san being there, and Tomoni-san is kind of acting like a threshold for Takuji. I mean, initially, obviously, Takuji is somebody who has an unbelievably awful amount of potential, but then again, he rises up against the people he thinks are elevated existences and people who he feels are ideal. He rises up against the people who are so strong that he never thought he'd be able to beat before. And he breaks any limits for his potential. And as a result of that, his evil can go to, well, like he said, the limit of his world. It really, really can. It has the potential to do so, so it will. We see that in, well, the gang rape and torture of Kagami. I mean, okay, I understand that it was just a delusion that Kagami was there, but because of the fact that Takuji treated that delusion as if there was a true human being there, I think it's basically the same as saying that it did genuinely happen to a human being. I mean, the only thing is it objectively didn't. And then obviously we've got to think about, well, just leading a fucking suicide, maybe.
さきと
God.
一緒にいたかった
I don't even know what Hasaki's going to feel after this. And I don't know how Takuji's going to survive this, because he clearly does. I just don't really understand what's going to happen next. I wanted to be with you longer.
そうだよだからたまにさ一緒に帰ろうもううちに帰ろうよ
Then please don't go. Let's go home. Let's go home together. Let's just go home. Yeah.
そうだなそれが約束だったな
You're right, that was the promise.
そうだよ
Yeah, it
一
was.
緒にこれからずっと一緒にたくさん
And that's the worst thing.
かもし
To be together forever and talk as much as we wanted.
もっとたくさんの言葉を交わすって約束した私まだまだ全然足りないよとも兄さんと話すの
Yeah, you promised we could talk as much as we wanted. I still want to talk to you. Tomoni-san.
話すの足りないか
No. No way. So much potential as well. For more. We didn't talk enough, did we?
話しよ
Let's talk.
私ね
Yeah.
大きな
just totally distract yourself from the situation about what is going to happen and make it so that he is as well. Yeah, last night I saw a big sunflower. Yeah. The flower I saw on the hill at night. I saw that sun of the night on a road I never passed by. In a world ruled by the azure, the sunflowers shone bright with yellow. In a world ruled with darkness, that is the only light. I told him about the sunflowers. The sunflowers on the hill.
夏の夜空に大きなね、黄色いひまわりがすごく綺麗で
A big sunflower,
大きくて
yellow and beautiful in the sky.
ひまわり。
ひまわり。
もう夏なんだね。
Yeah.
すっかり夏なんだよ。
It's already summer, you know. It's the middle of the summer. I knew that sun in the night because we had seen that same sun together before.
学校もそろそろ夏休みだし。
Oh Jesus, yeah. There's just so many plans
私は
that
お兄さんと
this is just the worst thing about losing somebody. You just can't imagine life without them. You really, really can't. And there's just such a different change that you never ever want. That's just forcibly thrown upon you. And obviously all of the grief and all of the moments that they could have had together, yet can't. Just because of this loss that is pulling them apart. And it's evil.
夏か。
ずっと
Yeah.
どこにも行かなかったから。今年の夏はどっか行きたいって。
It just shows happiness in a world full of hell and darkness and just unimaginable pain and grief. I feel so bad for her.
今年の夏は共に
Yeah, yeah, no, totally.
また仲良くなれたから。
Because this summer it seemed like we were getting along again.
だから夏休み一緒にあの村に帰ろうよ。
This summer break, let's go back to our old town together.
あの村。
Our town?
そうだよ、あの村だよ。
He forgets as well. That's right, our town, where you and I were together before. That Tomo-ni-san gently laughed.
なんで忘れてたんだろう。そうか。一緒に過ごしたな。
How the fuck are you remembering this? How did I forget that? We were there together before.
夏休みまた
Isn't that interesting?
行こうよ。
the fact that Tomosane is the person who has completely forgotten about everything that has happened before Takuji has completely manifested within himself. And I just find it so interesting that it takes... Oh, if anything, it takes the destruction of Takuji to make it so that he can remember the past and the parts of his life before everything had completely gone to turmoil. Yeah, so this summer, let's go back.
夏休み
This summer?
か
Oh god, just such a promise of a future that is never going to happen.
たま兄さん
Just make him hope about the future rather than... Oh, just rather than facing the reality of what is happening now. The reality that is, let's be honest, too awful to bear. And it's just always the case with stories like these. I mean, to deliver the maximum impact, they make it so that the situation, the characters grow as close to each other as possible, and then all of a sudden their bond is just viciously taken from them.
そうだな
So the case here. I mean, Tomosane is the best and most suitable person to be within Hasaki's company and to completely guide her. And obviously be guided too. But at the same time, it will never happen now, just simply because of the fact that Takuji has stabbed himself.
夏
Well, stabbed him actually. This summer? Yeah, call an ambulance, man. Kimura-san, call an ambulance.
なんだ
Oh no, he's alive now. Oh god, this is awful. Oh no, and he's gonna see everybody as Kagami and Tsukasa. Huh? Jesus Christ, could you imagine having somebody that is, well, somebody who has DID basically, and just, I mean, you've lost somebody you've lost the brother that you have totally loved. And then what happens? What replaces the bond? It's kind of like... let me think of some sort of analogy here. It's kind of like you fall in love with an angel and then they die, but then a demon replaces them. It's just kind of like that. It's the total opposite and it's awful. I mean, this... You lose the person you love, and then you see that same body of the person you love be defiled by the personality that, I mean, of course you feel pity for, but you hate because he denies your existence. He views you as somebody who isn't even there. Look at how much of a psychopath he looks. And isn't it interesting to think about the fact that he's completely forgotten about the stab wound here? What is this? Ow. Damn. Nissan, don't move. I'm gonna rewatch this... reread this scene just after we finish this, by the way. I want to see what it looks like for Takuji's perspective. I tried to stop him, but he slapped away my hat. Awful. That rejection, holy shit. Nissan. That's... Yeah, this is the reason your brother has DID. Yeah, his face was different from before. His voice was different. Oh, yeah. Yeah, he looked precisely the same, and yet it was like he was a completely different person. as he stood up there in the moonlight. Oh, yeah, yeah. Yeah, he looked like a vengeful demon back from the grave. Yeah. Yeah.
Hasaki-chan, 危ない。
Be fucking careful. Yeah, this kid has a knife, man. Hasaki-chan, be careful. Nii-san.
ダメだ。あれは友実くんじゃない。君を殺そうとした男だ。
Well, I mean, it's the personality of the guy who tried to kill you, but yeah, full point, yeah. You're valid in terms of what you're saying. Don't do it. That's not Tomosane-kun. That's the man who tried to kill you. You've got to be so careful, man. Or should I say, Tsukasa?
危険だ。ダメだ。君が一番知っているだろ。
You do. Yeah, seriously.
間宮
Yeah.
拓司が危険な人物であるか。
It's such a scary situation because, I mean, who the fuck would lose the person they are close to the most in their life and the person that they fucking live for and then be able to comprehend something like this just because of how much they are enveloped in emotions? They wouldn't be able to, man. They really wouldn't. It's dangerous. Stop. You know how dangerous Mamiya Takuji really is? Yeah.
彼の下には百数十人もの信者がい
It
る。
doesn't even matter about him. Yeah, totally agree. Now he has hundreds of believers under his control too. Kyuseishu-sama. Yeah. Kimika especially. Nii-san, please come back.
危険だ。とりあえず君は戻
Yes,
るんだ。
yes, good one.
僕
Yeah.
が警察と病院に連絡しておく。
It's dangerous. Get back here. I'll call the police and the ambulance. Yeah. Yeah, fair enough.
僕はまだやらなければならないことばかりだ。
I still have so many things I have to do.
さあ、帰ろう。
Gosh, listen how deluded. How much of a butchery of this body this guy is.
近い。
Now let's go home to the Hakobune. Final day is at hand. Wait, why did I say Hakobune? Sorry, I meant Ark. The final day is at hand. He disappeared into the shadow of the building, holding his wound.
葉崎ちゃん。
Hasaki-chan.
ごめんなさい。
I'm sorry.
うわっ。
What?
木村さん。
What?
でも
Is she still going to try and change Takuji? What the fuck? Kimura-san, I'm really sorry, but I chased after my brother. Damn, that was not what I was expecting at all. Oh, Jesus, you are going to see. Well, no, to be fair, I think it's good that she's already been down there because she has just seen the true extent of his creepiness, but at the same time now she's going to see it in a light that has never been seen in before. She is going to see the most disgusting and most violating and, let's be honest, most depressive scene, and I wouldn't be surprised if she suicided after, if I'm going to be honest, just because of how awful it is. I mean, do you know why I think it's so awful? It's because Takuji's doll, or Hasaki's doll that Takuji made for her, it's a indication of their time spent together. It's an indication of the happiest day of Hasaki's life and Tomosane's bond towards Hasaki. But the only thing is now, Takuji, the one who tried to kill Hasaki, is going to completely ruin and tear apart and defile this bond in the most sick way. Yeah, I found a small door over where he disappeared. Yeah. There was a steel ladder hanging there. The ladder led all the way down into the darkness underground. Yeah. I was definitely scared, but still I went. You're doing anything. Dude, there are paedophiles down there. And there were also people who were on... Actually, I don't know if they're paedophiles, but... Well, people who... Okay, let's just say... Well, yeah, sexual offenders. Dude, these guys have... who is the sexual offender here? Well, I mean... I suppose... There is a lot of drugged sex going on, so I do wonder if... there has been manipulation going on that surrounds the drugged sex. Still, I went. Worst mistake of your life, to be honest. Yeah, it was packed full of people down there. An increased number of people. Just how many people could they cram into a place like this? Too many to count. Nisa. Try to find my brother among the crowd of people. Just find him. Oh no, I'm a bit scared. Is this good or bad? Someone stopped me and then started to talk to me. Why are you here? Huh? Oh, that's right. You don't know about me, do you? I just know about you because I investigated the Saviour's background and personal details. Yes, she does. Do you know my brother? We're going to lose your fucking virginity to him. In this ending, at least. Where is he? He's in a lot of trouble. Yeah, exactly. He's literally been stabbed. She's still listening. That woman stopped to think hard about something. She then laughed caustically. She doesn't know anything. That's right, isn't it? He's not just our saviour, he's also your brother too. That's just... her. She is terrifying. I have to eliminate anyone who would interfere with the plan. Okay, that does sound more like her, yeah. Who is God? I totally agree, yeah. Yeah, but how is somebody going to be a brother if everything is filtered out that doesn't align with his worldview, and also Kagami and Tsukasa? Yeah, it's not going to happen. Unfortunately, it's not going to happen, no way. Yeah. Odd. Oh boy. Gonna begin the monstrosity, the decline of everything tomorrow. Oh my fucking god, that was horrible. Okay, that makes me sound like I'm saying the quality of it was really bad. No, the quality was amazing, but it's just really, really sad seeing more of Hasaki's perspective and reliving that awful scene, and then just seeing that particular aspect that I never thought would hit so much, i.e. the complete defilement of their connection. Hang on, just want to see something. Before I went to go, I just want to reread this in the perspective of Takuji. Interesting that Kagami here, it's kind of like a reflection of Tomosane's thought. Wow. Yep.
Yuki! 心臓ここだよね。ゆうきくん、マミヤ、あなたしくじったか。しくじった？何言ってるんだよ。これは必然なんだよ。予定調和なんだよ。予定、なるほど。ああ、そうだ。君は所詮は僕が超えるべき存在。確かに僕は君を甘く見ていた。いつ何時でも救世主は油断すべきではない。相手がどんなに小さな存在に見えたとしても、君はそれを僕に教えてくれた。ありがとう。
It's mutual. This.
あのさ、これはどうやら、こいつにやられるとはな。どうしようもないな。これもなら受け入れ。
ああ、僕が。
そうか。もっと相手してやれ。まったく。さてと、そして。
Isn't that interesting? Just everything regarding Hasaki is totally forgotten by Takuji, and what's even cooler is the fact that none of it is even experienced. Hasaki isn't even seen by him consoling Tomosane. That's weird. So Tomosane is killed now.
箱舟に。なんだこれ。
Yeah, Takuji can go home. Tomosane can't though. Yeah. The knife is yours. Yeah, sure thing, that's totally the case.
Yuki.
Yeah, funny that, yeah. Like you. Isn't it funny to think about the fact that all of the sounds of Takuji's pain aren't listened to by Hasaki, and only his voice is listened to? I find that quite significant. None of his pain is worth listening to, because he's a disgusting person who never even acknowledges you. Dude, it's fucking drugs, what do you mean? Tiny, God.
帰ろう箱舟にもう最後の日は
Medical glue. Medical glue. Oh, yep, another way of escaping from reality. Is that because the drug is inducing hallucinations, or just an altered perception of reality? Oh yeah, I wonder why. No, I think it's because he's not perceiving any pain. Jesus Christ, the most delusional person on drugs. Delusions combined with drugs, Jesus, what an awful combination. Oh yeah, funny that. Funny that.
僕はあんなやつにやられるわけがない。
消えなさい。
Yeah.
もう終わりよ。こんな茶番、あなたが消えるべきなのよ。本来ならあなたが最初に消えるべきなの。なのになぜあなたはまだ残ってるのよ。
Okay, so what we're gonna do is tomorrow we'll look at everything that's gonna. Oh God! We're gonna look at everything that's gonna go on with regards to Kagami. Yeah, and obviously Hasaki, and we're gonna do what we just did this video, which is look at the dialogue and how it really makes more sense. Even that first line that Kagami said is something that makes sense. Kagami and Tsukasa's constant interrogations, Hasaki's understanding, and obviously Kagami's lack of understanding. It all makes sense. I think Hasaki is, Kagami is a reflection of Tomosane's thoughts, which is quite interesting. Or at least that's what I think's happening. Anyway, I'm going to go now. Today was really fun. And I'm very excited for tomorrow. See you then. It's probably going to be very sick tomorrow, but yeah, just leave that aside. See you guys.